안녕하세요, 아이언 쉴드입니다.
걸어도 또 걸어도 자꾸 돌아오는 쳇바퀴 같은 여긴 조여오는 시간의 수 어둠 속에 눈을 감아도 날카롭게 파고드는 고통의 조각 퍼즐 멈춰버린 내 그림자 긴 절망 한숨 속에서 살아가고 있지만 내게 주어진 삶을 계속 살아가 반복과 실현 속에서 살아가고 있는 지금 내게 필요한 건 오직 너뿐이야.
그때의 너와 내가 그리워 찾아보지만 무지 시간 속 닳고 달아진 지금 우리와 마주할 뿐 흘러가고 있는 지금은 살아남아야 해.
귀를 막아도 또 막아도 자꾸 들려오는 선명한 네 목소리 두근두근 뛰는 가슴 너의 손을 힘껏 잡아도 슬금슬금 올라오는 나의 아픔 멈춰버린 시계바늘 긴 절망 한숨 속에서 살아가고 있지만 내게 주어진 삶을 계속 살아가 반복과 실현 속에서 살아가고 있는 지금 내게 필요한 건 오직 너뿐이야. 짙은 어둠 속을 헤매고 있어 난 거짓과 위선들로 가득해버린 이 세상은 외로워 나
Welcome to the BSCR Character Spotlight. Featuring Nadine, Wild Huntress.
A survivor has been eliminated.
Nadine can use a bow and a crossbow. Nadine's passive is Wild and Clairvoyant. This skill has two functions, Wild and Clairvoyant. For Wild, Nadine gets a stack for every wild animal she slays. For Clairvoyant, wild animals near Nadine appear on the minimap. Nadine's Q skill is Bullseye. Nadine gathers her strength to fire an arrow. Nadine's movement speed is slowed while she gathers her strength. When the amount of wild stacks reaches a certain number, the skill range increases. Nadine's W skill is Squirrel Trap. Nadine throws a squirrel trap at the targeted location. Activate the skill again within a short time to throw another trap. If the traps are within the specified distance, they are connected to each other. Enemies that trigger the trap take damage and are slowed. It also grants Nadine vision of them. Nadine's E skill is Monkey Wire. Monkey Wire has a passive and an active. For the passive, Nadine's attack speed increases by skill level. For the active, Nadine attaches a wire at the targeted location. When attached to the wire, Nadine gains additional attack speed. By reactivating the skill, Nadine dashes to the wire's anchor point. Nadine's ultimate is Wolf Assault. For some time, Nadine summons a wolf every few normal attacks. The wolf attacks the enemy, dealing damage and reducing the attack and movement speed of enemies. Nadine deals more damage the more wild stacks she has. Nadine's W skill will remain on the ground for a while after connected, always placed in a tactical location. When attached to the E skill, Monkey Wire, Nadine gains additional attack speed. Pair that with her Welcome to the BSER Character Spotlight. Featuring Fiora, the graceful fencer. Fiora can use a rapier, a two-handed sword, and a spear. Fiora's passive is Touche. Enemies hit by Fiora's basic attacks gain a stack of Touche. When the amount of stacks reaches a certain number, the Touche indicator activates. An indicator below the enemy displays how many stacks they have. Fiora's Q skill is Font. Fiora attacks in the targeted direction, dealing damage. If the enemy has the Touche indicator active, Fiora procs the indicator, dealing extra damage. Fiora's W skill is Attack Composé. Fiora swings her weapon 2 times to the target for her next normal attack. For every Touche indicator she procs, the cooldown for Attack Composé is decreased. Fiora's E skill is Marche Rompe. Fiora dashes to the target area, dealing damage. Damaged enemies have their movement speed reduced. Hitting enemies with the Touche indicator active slows them and reduces the cooldown of Font. If an enemy is hit, Fiora can use the skill again to dash backwards. Fiora's ultimate is Guard. When active, every normal attack uses stamina and deals extra damage. If Fiora's stamina is too low, the skill will be automatically deactivated. When enemies have the Touche indicator active, Fiora's skills deal extra damage and reduce her cooldowns. The backwards dash on her E skill is an ideal tool for dodging enemy attacks. Welcome to the BSER Character Spotlight. Featuring Magnus, the motorcycle menace. Magnus can use a hammer and a bat. Magnus's passive is Tough Body. Magnus's defense increases when his HP decreases. Magnus's Q skill is Broken Bullet. Magnus launches a rock towards the targeted area, dealing damage. Enemies hit by the rock have their movement speed reduced. Magnus's W skill is 17 versus 1. Magnus swings his weapon in an area around him, dealing damage. His movement speed is decreased while 17 versus 1 is active. You can press W again to stop the skill. Magnus's E skill is Heavy Strike. Magnus smashes the targeted enemy, dealing damage and knocking them to the left. Enemies hit by the skill will always be sent to the left of where Magnus is facing. If the target collides with a wall, they are stunned. Magnus's ultimate is Bike from Hell. Magnus summons and rides his motorcycle. If you press R again, Magnus will jump off the bike and launch it forward to explode. Enemies hit by the explosion receive damage. If Magnus is about to run into an enemy or a wall, he will immediately jump from the bike. His W skill deals more damage to slowed or immobilized units. His ultimate skill can be used to quickly navigate Lumia Island. Let's take a look at the skills for Hyunu.
A survivor has been eliminated.
Hyunu is the high school heavyweight. Hyunu can use gloves and tonfas. Hyonu's passive is dogfight.
A survivor has been eliminated.
When Hyunu attacks or is attacked, he gains a stack of dogfight. When he reaches a certain amount of stacks, dogfight is activated. When dogfight is activated, Hyonu's next attack restores his HP. Hyonu's Q skill is stomping foot. Hyunu stomps the targeted area and deals damage. Damaged enemies have their movement speed reduced. Hyonu's W skill is bluff. Hyunu bluffs and receives extra defense for a short time. After activating bluff, Hyunu is not affected by stun, knockback, or suppression for 1 second. Hyonu's E skill is first attack. Hyunu dashes to the targeted area, damaging enemies in his path. Damaged enemies have their defense reduced for a bit. If enemies are pushed into a wall, they are stunned. Hyonu's ultimate skill is Haymaker. Hyunu gathers his strength and throws a powerful punch, dealing damage. The attack range and damage increases as Hyunu gathers energy. His Q skill is good for chasing down the enemy. And his E skill is good for ambushing enemies.
A survivor has been eliminated.
Let's take a look at the skills for Aya.
A survivor has been eliminated.
Suzuki Aya, the rookie cop of justice. Aya can use a pistol, assault rifle, or a sniper rifle. All gun weapons need to be reloaded. The default key is F. Aya's passive is Aya's Justice. When Aya is attacked, a barrier is created that absorbs some damage.
A new area has been restricted.
Every time Aya basic attacks, the cooldown for her passive is reduced. Aya's Q skill is Double Shot. Aya quickly fires twice to the target. Aya's W skill is Steady Shot. Aya fires 10 bullets in the targeted direction. Aya can move while shooting, and press W again to stop shooting. Aya's E skill is Moving Turn. Aya quickly moves in the targeted direction. Aya's ultimate is Blank Cartridge. After charging, Aya fires a blank into the sky to suppress the enemy. The suppressed enemy cannot move or use skills for a while.
A survivor has been eliminated.
Aya's projectiles can pierce walls, so use that point well. Getting wide vision range is very
A
advantageous for
survivor has been
Aya.
eliminated.
Gun weapons need to reload, so don't forget to reload often. Let's take a look at the skills for Jackie, the serial killer of Lumia. Jackie can use daggers, two-handed swords, axes, and dual swords. Dual swords are crafted during the game only. Jackie's passive is Bloodfest. When Jackie slays wild animals or players,
Someone is
her attack power
consecutively
increases for a
eliminating
short time. Jackie's Q skill is Hack and Slash. Jackie swings her weapon twice, dealing damage to enemies in front of her. Enemies hit by Hack and Slash bleed, causing them to take continuous damage for a short time. Jackie's W skill is Adrenaline Burst. Activating it increases Jackie's movement speed for a short time when used. Also, for the duration of the skill, attacking a bleeding enemy deals additional damage and every attack heals Jackie. Jackie's E skill is Leaping Strike. Jackie jumps to the target location and deals damage upon landing. Bleeding enemies have their movement speed decreased temporarily. Jackie's ultimate is Chainsaw Murderer. Jackie takes out her chainsaw for a short time, increasing her attack speed. When the chainsaw is out, her basic attacks cause enemies to bleed. When the Chainsaw Murderer effect ends, she gives her chainsaw a big swing, dealing damage in an area around her. Most of Jackie's skills have extra effects when the enemies are bleeding. Use them well.
A survivor has been eliminated.
Jackie can jump through various parts of the map with Leaping Strike. Welcome to the BSER Character Spotlight. Featuring Hart, the Peacemaker. Hart can use one weapon, a guitar. Attack the enemies with sound waves by playing the guitar. Hart can evolve her skills. Hart earns an evolution point when she crafts an uncommon, rare, or epic weapon for the first time. Hart can evolve any skill by using evolution points for extra effects. Hart's passive is Feedback. If Hart deals damage to an enemy with a normal attack, she recovers SP. By evolving Feedback, normal attacks create an extra sound wave per evolution point. Hart's Q skill is Delay. Hart plays the guitar and charges the sound waves. When Hart strums her guitar again, the charged sound wave is released, dealing damage. The wave's damage is increased depending on how long Hart charges. Evolving Delay adds a movement speed reduction to enemies' hits. Hart's W skill is Overdrive. Hart plays the guitar, increasing her attack power. Evolving Overdrive will cause enemies to have reduced defense to her next sound wave. Hart's E skill is Flanger. Hart quickly dashes in the targeted direction, discharging a sound wave in the area around her. Enemies hit by a sound wave take damage. Hart can activate this skill an additional 2 times. The amplification amount increases per number of evolution points. Hart's ultimate is Peacemaker. Hart plays her guitar and puts on a show for everyone. During her concert, Hart restores HP every second. All enemies in the designated area around her will dance. If you evolve Peacemaker, it reduces the SP of all dancing enemies. Heart can use other skills while charging her Q skill. Charge her Q early before fights. Heart can easily recover SP by using normal attacks. ABA, always be attacking. Heart has a maximum of 3 evolution points. Customize and choose them carefully. Welcome to the BSER Weapons Skill Guide. There are a variety of usable weapons in BSER. Weapons are divided into several groups according to their characteristics.
Survivor has been eliminated.
Each weapon
Survivor
type has its
been
own
eliminated.
unique skill. All weapons can be activated at Mastery Level 7, enhanced at Level 14. The default key for using weapon skills is D. Let's take a look at some of the melee weapon skills. The dagger weapon skill is Cloak and Dagger. Activate to become transparent and gain a movement speed increase. Attacking an enemy blinks you behind the enemy, dealing critical damage. The two-handed sword skill is Parry. Raise your sword and take a defensive position to defend an enemy attack. If you defend an attack, you charge towards the attacking enemy, dealing damage. The axe skill is Berserk. Hitting an enemy with a normal attack grants 1 Berserk stack. Your attack power increases with each stack of Berserk they have. The dual sword skill is Dual Sword Rampage. Activate to charge in the targeted direction, dealing damage. If an enemy is hit by the skill, you can reactivate the skill 1 more time. The glove skill is Uppercut. After activating, the maximum range of your next normal attack is extended. Your next normal attack also does extra damage. The Tonfa skill is Quick Spin. Activating Quick Spin blocks damage from all directions and returns the damage to the attacking enemy. The Bat skill is Full Swing. Activate to swing a bat in front of you, dealing damage to all enemies in the targeted area and knocking them back. If a target collides with a wall, they are stunned. The Hammer skill is Armor Piercing. You smash the hammer in the chosen direction, dealing damage and reducing defense if enemies hit. The Rapier skill is Quick Cut. Use Quick Cut to charge towards the targeted enemy and deal damage. This skill always deals critical damage. The Spear skill is Shadow Step. Powerfully lunge your spear in the targeted direction, dealing damage. All enemies in range get knocked back and are slowed. The pistol weapon skill is Moving Reload. Activate to increase your movement speed and reload ammo. Additionally, the cooldowns of your other skills are reduced. The assault rifle weapon skill is Overheat. When hitting an enemy with a normal attack, you gain Overheat stacks. When you reach a certain number of stacks, you can activate Overheat. When Overheat is active, it increases your attack speed and has a knockback effect. If you do not normal attack after a certain time, you lose stacks. The sniper rifle weapon skill is Sniper. Activate to start sniper mode in the targeted direction. Select an enemy in your sight range to attack. Reactivating the skill ends sniper mode. The bow weapon skill is Rain of Arrows. You fire a rain of arrows at the targeted area. Enemies hit by arrows take damage and have their attack and movement speed reduced. The crossbow weapon skill is Expulsion Shot. Fire a powerful crossbow shot in the targeted direction. Targets hit by the shot take damage and are knocked back. Enemies knocked into a wall are stunned and take extra damage. The throwing weapon skill is Smokescreen. Immediately pop a smokescreen on the ground around you. Enemies inside the smokescreen have their vision and movement speed reduced. The shuriken weapon skill is Caltrop Trail. You throw caltrops on the ground in an area. Enemies who step on caltrops take damage and are slowed. The guitar weapon skill is Love and... You release a sound wave in the targeted direction. Enemies hit by the sound wave receive damage and move towards the caster.
내 적은 어디에 있지?
이 몸의 질주를 막을 수 있는 놈이 있을 것 같나?
신이 주신 시련이라면 기꺼이 감당할 것이오.
그래, 사냥을 시작하지.
이럴 때 쓰라고 있는 게 주먹이지.
Love and peace.
작전 준비 완료.
꼭 내가 해야 돼.
이번엔 제 차례로군요.
운명이라면 따르겠습니다.
실험이 시작되었습니다.
걷기 아니면 까무러치기야. 이것 때문에 밤에 깊게 잘 수도 없었지. 꼭 회초리 같네. 멋대로 들어가도 되나? 주인장은 없어? 문이 제대로 잠기긴 하려나?
일 분 후 항공 보급이 도착합니다.
멋대로 들어가도 되나? 주인장은 없어? 멋대로 들어가도 되나? 주인장은 없어? 어디서 화살이 날아오는 건 아니겠지?
새 금지 구역이 지정되었습니다.
어디서 화살이 날아오는 건 아니겠지? 이건 눈 감고도 만들 수 있다고. 이건 눈 감고도 만들 수 있다고. 다 부러진 화살밖에 안 보여. 장작으로 쓰긴 좋겠는데? 다 부러진 화살밖에 안 보여. 장작으로 쓰긴 좋겠는데? 잘못나?
1분 후 항공 보급이 도착합니다.
어디서 화살이 날아오는 건 아니겠지? 다 부러진
새 금지
화살밖에
구역이
안 보여.
지정되었습니다.
장작으로 쓰긴 좋겠는데? 선방, 아니 선찜 필승이거든? 피할 수 있겠냐? 동물은 죽이기 싫었는데. 다 부러진 화살밖에 안 보여. 장작으로 쓰긴 좋겠는데? 먹을 건 없냐? 다 부러진 화살밖에 안 보여. 장작으로 쓰면 좋겠는데? 죽이기 싫었는데. 지각생은 원래 담을 없는 거야. 그게 규칙이라고.
1분 후 항공 보급이 도착합니다.
제법 묵직한데 이걸로 한 대만 맞아도 머리가 어지러웠어. 다 부러진 화살밖에 안 보여. 장작으로 쓰긴 좋겠는데?
새 금지 구역이 지정되었습니다.
내가 먼저 가져간다. 활은 어떻게 쏘는 거지? 그냥 당기면 되나? 문 죽이기 싫었는데. 선방, 아니 선찜 필승이거든? 없는 것보단 나을 거야. 호텔이라니 묵어본 적도 없는걸?
1분 후 항공 보급이 도착합니다.
문이 제대로 잠기긴 하려나? 선방, 아니 선찜 필승이거든?
생존자가 사망했습니다. 새 금지 구역이 지정되었습니다.
내가 좋아했었는데. 호텔이라니 묵어본 적도 없는 걸.
생존자가 사망했습니다. 생존자가 사망했습니다.
아니, 선찜 필승이거든. 멋대로 들어가도 되나? 주인장은 없어?
생존자가 사망했습니다. 생존자가 사망했습니다. 이제 생존자가 10명 남았습니다.
호텔이라니 묵어본 적도 없는 걸.
1분 후 항공 보급이 도착합니다. 생존자가 사망했습니다. 생존자가 사망했습니다.
멋대로 들어가.
생존자가 사망했습니다.
주인장은 없어? 피할 수 있겠냐? 달려드는 거야?
생존자가 사망했습니다. 새 금지 구역이 지정되었습니다.
선빵. 아니, 선찜 필승이거든.
생존자가 사망했습니다. 이제 생존자가 5명 남았습니다.
멋대로 들어가도 되나? 주인장은 없어? 피할 수 있겠냐? 달려드는 거야? 멋대로 들어가도 되나? 주인장은 없어?
생존자가 사망했습니다.
이 정도야 금방.
생존자가
만들지.
사망했습니다. 최종 생존자가 3명 남았습니다.
오, 이런 것도 만들어지네.
1분 후 항공 보급이 도착합니다.
그래도 꽤 쓸만해 보여. 이것도 도움이 되겠지? 호텔이라니 묵어본 적도 없는데.
많이 아플지 몰라.
생존자가 사망했습니다. 최종 생존자가 2명 남았습니다. 새 금지 구역이 지정되었습니다. 생존자 숫자가 적어서 다음 금지 구역이 가속됩니다.
멋대로 들어가도 되나? 주인장은 없어? 뭘 좀 남기고 돌아가셨나? 문이 제대로 잠기긴 하려나? 없는 것보단 나을 거야. 멋대로 들어가도 되나? 주인장은 없어?
1분 후 항공 보급이 도착합니다.
다 부러진 화살밖에 안 보여. 장작으로 쓰긴 좋겠는데? 내가 먼저 가져간다.
생존자가 사망했습니다. 승리했습니다.
이제 좀 쉴 수 있는 거냐?
지금까지 아이언쉘드였습니다.